Well, the October surprise is here, and she's saying,
mission accomplished, bitch. Let's go.
y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. I told y'all. So Donald Trump and Melania Trump have tested positive for coronavirus, aka COVID-19, Miss Rona, all those things. Girls taking over for the 99 and the 2020. Sis is here and she is tap dancing on Trump's lawns. So what's going on, y'all? I want to talk about this week, my reaction to the news of Trump testing positive for coronavirus, and also the 2020 presidential debate that happened Tuesday. Was that Tuesday? Where Joe Biden was wearing a big old mask or what all these things. Like, it's just, girl, all this stuff is just so funny. As a person who does not believe in karma, I don't necessarily believe in karma because I don't believe that folks who cause harm get it back. I haven't seen it. I've seen certain people do some real harm, and I ain't seen no harm being done to them type of people. I mean, we talking about the folks who literally stole this land and all this and they're responsible for genocide and all that. I ain't seeing too much unless we talking about aging like spilled milk or whatever you call it. But Trump has tested positive for coronavirus after his top aide, Hope Hicks, tested positive. Now the tea is, sis got sick Tuesday. She was traveling with the president. She traveled with him to the presidential debate. She was out with him. She was on Air Force One. She was on Marine One with him. They said sis got sick and she had took some time off on Air Force One and nobody said anything to the press, to the other folks who was riding on Air Force One. Nobody said a thing. Nobody knew nothing. The only reason why we know that Hope Hicks is like tested positive for coronavirus, or she has symptoms and having symptoms, is because it got leaked. It literally got leaked, and then people start to piece it together and started to ask, hey, how the hell is she traveling with him? She done tested, so what's going on with the president? So Donald Trump tweeted at around 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday that, hey girl, me and Melania have tested positive. That's it, Barbie. I had already tweeted before he came out. They said they had tested him, and we was waiting on the test result. Ain't no way they had already knew that Hope Hicks tested positive. They had already knew that she was sick and tested positive and had been traveling with him. Tuesday, Wednesday, they knew that she wasn't feeling good. So this administration says that Trump gets tested every day. So how he's not knowing like what's going on? Like, girl, literally he tweeted and said something. He was talking to Sean Hannity and said he was waiting on test results. It ain't making sense to me how you saying you waiting on test results. Like, you of all people should be able to get a quick, fast test result. You have the best health care than anybody in this country right now. Like, you are the commander-in-chief. How the hell you sitting here waiting on the test result? That's because you know the results. You know what it is, but you're trying to find a good way to be able to tell us. Because you know it's gonna be a mess. And a mess it was. And girl, Black Twitter had fun last night. I carried, I cackled, I laughed. I felt good laughing. I needed this laugh. This laugh reminded me of the Navy situation, the Nigga Navy situation that happened back, I think, 2017, 2018. And that was iconic and funny. Now, it doesn't surprise me. All of it, like, it's just funny watching this and seeing this now, considering how this man has been calling this virus a hoax. He didn't believe it. He called it China plague. When he tweeted, he said it was the coronavirus or COVID-19. So now I'm confused and like, what's going on? It was a China plague, it was all these things, but now you want to be serious. Now you don't want to post up. Now you talking about some, girl, I'm not understanding. So a lot of us knew that this was coming. Like, we knew it. And it just goes to show you a privilege of a rich white man to have all the resources to protect themselves from COVID-19 and not be interested in them. It reminds me of white people wanting to come into restaurants and areas where like it's like this urban feeling, like it's gunshot wound holes and stuff in the wall, and it's kind of groggy and dirty, but the food is good. It reminds me of, if you ever seen the House of Cards, how they was talking about what's the name's barbecue spot. Like, They are so used to getting everything that sometimes they want to get a chance to feel what it's like in a safe way, what it's like to not have something. That's why they be taking all these trips to different countries and stuff and be taking pictures and putting it on Tinder all the time. Y'all don't surprise me at all and put it as your Facebook profile picture too. Oh my gosh, look, oh my God, poverty is such a bad thing. But none of this is surprising to me. I knew it was only a matter of time how reckless he was, and that he is older. He's an older man, and you know, multiple studies have shown that a lot of men, are the ones that are testing positive. And I bet you that's because I bet you that has everything to do with behavior. That has everything to do with behavior, because a lot of men are not taking this virus seriously. I see a lot of men on all sides, like black, white, all of it, not taking this virus seriously, not like the macho and the toxic masculinity. Like, I'm not surprised. He didn't really care. And girl, now we know. Now everybody has been clowning it and going in, and I have been getting my life screaming at everything. Now, Mike Pence and his wife have tested negative. Joe Biden and Dr. Biden have tested negative. Kamala Harris and her husband tested negative as well. And it's just funny considering that Biden and Harris have been so, like, they've been maneuvering through this with, you know, respect. Like, they've been smaller rallies, smaller little events and stuff, and social distancing and wearing masks and stuff. Trump was literally at the debate making fun of Joe Biden walking around with a mask on. And if this doesn't remind me of the grasshopper versus the ant, like the grasshopper been playing around and enjoying life and doing all these things, and the ant over here stocking up for the winter and preparing and all this stuff, and now the grasshopper, the winter that came quicker or whatever, and now the grasshopper don't know what to do. Like this is a tall tale. Like this is exactly what it is. We've seen stuff like this. Disney movies are written off of behavior like this. You got one person out here doing what they're supposed to do. Then you got other person out here bullying and making fun of it. Now they like the whole White House is in a disarray. Like our adversaries, other countries are looking at us like we are weak right now. America isn't looking like the imperialist fave like they were at one point. They just they're steady losing it, and other countries are paying attention. Like our leadership is affected right now. This type of stuff can bring a house down. Stuff like this does not happen so often like that. When you have the commander-in-chief get sick like this, it doesn't happen like that. This is something in the history books. It is hilarious. So right now, it's been reported that he has mild symptoms, which tells me he's probably in the beginning stages of it. It's gonna be a long next 10 days. I knew as soon as he said that him and Melania Trump were going to, social distance and we're going to do the 14 day, quarantine, I knew he tested positive. I knew right then and there it was safer for him to say, hey, we're just gonna quarantine instead of just coming out. But any other time anybody else has tested positive in his cabinet or close to him, he's never quarantined, he's never done anything. So I want to know, President, are you going to put some Lysol in your blood, or are you going to take some hydroxychloroquine? Let us know what you're going to do. Like I said before, I'm not one of those people that believe in karma, and I'm not one of the folks that feel bad for folks to experience the harm that they've been out here putting out. I don't feel bad. You're not gonna catch me out here saying thoughts and prayers or anything. I'm not doing it. Had this been the other way around, if Joe Biden would have got sick, if Joe Biden would have been ill or had to go in his basement again, Trump would have been clowning him. Matter of fact, we already know this because 4 years to this exact day, Donald Trump was making fun of Hillary Clinton for having pneumonia.
But here's a woman. She's supposed to fight all of these different things, and she can't make it 15 feet to her car. Give me a break.
So it just goes to show you what type of man this person is, and I don't feel bad. And Jamil here, whatever her ass is saying, like, I don't have grace for white supremacists. I just don't. Call it what it is. That's my politics. I don't have any grace. I don't. And girl, I'm not pressed about if some deity does what. I'm not pressed about that. This man has been causing harm. He is literally the reason why he is sick, and a lot of folks can't say it. So I'm not wishing him no prayers and no thoughts or anything. Next, okay? Period. Next. So those are my thoughts on that. I'm gonna talk about debate a little bit. The debate was a complete fool. I screamed when Jake Tapper and Dana Bash had dragged it. Dana Bash said this was a complete shit show. It was a complete shit show. It was so bad. I felt like I was watching Love and Hip Hop Capitol Hill. Like I really did feel like I literally said that on Twitter. I said I feel like I'm watching Love and Hip Hop. Like this doesn't seem like anything. So I don't want to hear anything about respectability. We got Wendy on the next episode of Real Housewives of Potomac talking about respectability. What respectability? You got white folks sitting here doing stuff like this on TV. And girl, at one point they was around here slapping folks with gloves and duels and shooting folks. Like, girl, don't talk to me about no respectability from the white land. I'm just not interested. I don't give a damn about no damn respectability. I'm about to get pissed off thinking about that. But that whole thing, trying to, when they go low, we gonna go high. That doesn't do us anything. Going high will get you killed because your ass will be on the top of the hill and they will be seeing your ass and taking your ass out. So don't believe that bullshit. If they going low, you need to be right behind their ass, getting ready to take their ass out. I'm not interested in going high and all that. That doesn't mean anything. These Republicans are doing whatever they can to assert power. They are pushing justice in during a pandemic and the fastest time that has ever been done in our modern history for a Supreme Court justice to be confirmed this quick, 30 days before the election. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. So trying to play fair and trying to play by the rules makes no sense, which goes back to the presidential debate about packing the court. I'm glad that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are not answering that question because I hope they do pack the courts. I hope they do pack the courts. Y'all don't play hardball? I'm game. Pack the courts. Pack the courts. Do what y'all got to do. If y'all take the House, y'all take the Senate, and y'all take the presidency, do what you got to do. Period. I'm not interested in that. I'm still screaming at the stand back and stand by. I guess that was COVID looking like, Miss Rona was looking like, standing back and stand by, tap dancing on your laws, karate chop. Girl, the Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. Doesn't surprise me. A white supremacist is not going to call out white supremacy. He knows that is his base. He knows that even if these folks don't consider themselves white nationalists and all of these things, they most definitely are. They have beliefs that are similar, might not be branded the same, but they are definitely similar, and they want the same things. They want the same things. These folks are scared, they're fearful, they think they are losing power, and they're trying to do something about it. So, to tell them to go to the polls, and all these things, it's crazy, but it's not surprising. It's not surprising to tell them to poll watch and all these things makes no sense. And now I'm sitting here talking about this. There's so much that has happened in this week that I can't even keep up because just the other day we were trying to get him to talk about like disavowing white supremacy. Like, them white folks couldn't even get, like, them white Republicans couldn't even, Tim Scott, the only black Republican, couldn't even get, like, you couldn't even get an answer out of him. Like, he said, I misspoke. But White House press secretary said that, no, he didn't misspeak. He's disavowed that a couple of times. But we can't get him on record saying, I don't want your support. So much to the point that these Proud Boys and stuff have now put his saying on shirts and stuff. So it's a complete mess. All of it is funny, but a little bit scary, but not really scary to me because I kind of see it already. So I'm not really surprised by it. I know this man. I'm still in the fight, but I'm not surprised by this man's behavior. Not because of the things he has said, because of I can just look at his face and just tell. He's a white man, and his actions, the way he's moved in the past, he knows what's going on. He don't want to offend his base. That's why he's out here saying stuff about, Representative Omar, like making jokes about her and saying that she telling us how to run our country. We know those are dog whistles. We know what he's doing with that. He is activating his base. So I'm wondering right now how the COVID-19 positive test from him and Melania is going to play out over the next couple of weeks. I wonder because I know that he had a couple of events lined up, a couple more rallies lined up, so is he going to be able to go to any more? He's going to be out the count for at least 10 to 14 days. Girl, we got 30 days, 33 days before the election. Like, it is literally October the 2nd. Like, we vote in what, 33 days? So we like a month away before it's time. Like, like, girl, what's going on? So I wonder if this is going to be a good thing for him. Watching the debate, we didn't really get anything out of this debate. There was nothing in it. It was just back and forth arguing, loving hip hop. I thought Miss Gossip Girl was out here hosting because it was just a mess. It was literally a mess. Chris Wallace was literally kissing Donald Trump's ass. Like, you're gonna like this one, Mr. President. You're gonna like this next question. It was like he was trying to appease to him, like I'm trying to appeal to him and make him feel good. I'm getting to that question. It's a food. Several conversations came up. The black question about how, like, racism and stuff. And then Chris Wallace gave them an opportunity to say, if you don't want to answer that question, you can move on to something. Like, it's such a mess. I'm honestly glad that Chris Wallace was the person to moderate this debate, because had there been any other moderator that was not Fox News, those folks would have said it was rigged. But even now, they're already saying that Chris Wallace must have rigged something, or he must have did something, or he was out here defending what's like. But Chris Wallace literally is a reporter, is an anchor for Fox News. And the white folks already ready to get him on the chopping block because he ain't out here doing what he needs to do to quote unquote support the president. He's just a bad debater. Like, Joe Biden is not even the best debater. He's not even that good. Like, he ain't even that good. It's not about his, like, stuttering disability or anything. He's just not a good debater. And you could tell he was getting irritated when he was saying "shut up, man" and all the other stuff. For the most part, I think that Joe Biden did win that debate. I think that he did what he was supposed to. You can tell that things had changed because the Trump administration was trying to throw stuff on Joe Biden, make him seem like he's sleepy, he's tired, and they can't land anything on him. They can't hit him with anything that sticks. They can't pin him as a socialist and all that stuff and all of those things. And, oh girl, he's gonna have these folks. It's not working. It's just not working. It's not sticking. So they changed it leading up to the debate and saying that, well, Joe Biden has been in 40 years, so he knows how to debate, he knows how to do that, trying to raise the expectations for Joe Biden for this debate. So I think a lot of folks were turned off by it. I think people already know who they're going to vote for. I think if anything, the people who don't know about Joe Biden definitely don't want to be interested in Donald Trump, or like some of the things that he's done as far as what the economy looks like, are not as enthusiastic about voting for Joe Biden. But I feel like this is kind of pushing them towards Joe Biden, because you got a lot of folks who are just like, girl, I just want some peace. That's honestly a lot of what I just want. Some peace. I want COVID to be under control. I want to stop turning on the headlines and being annoyed. Like, it's too much for me and my kids in our white neighborhood. It's way too much. I want to go back to making it seem like ain't nothing going wrong with us being imperialists and just over here doing whatever. I think that's exactly what is going on. I want to say this, and don't hold me to it, but I definitely do think that Joe Biden is going to win this election. If there are no more October surprises, I really have a strong feeling that he may. I think that some folks are not understanding. Yeah, 2016 was a curveball. The polls and stuff was wrong, all of that. But I think a lot of these folks have figured out how to get the polls correct and rectify. They had 4 years to fix that. And I also think that we're dealing with something that that's only a once in a lifetime situation, and that is a pandemic. We've not had no pandemic on this scale. We had little small, Ebola here, swine flu here, but we've never had it to this massive scale, to the point that it's hurting our economy and we can't even travel to different countries. Like, this is one of those things. Like, this was like us losing a war right now, and we're going in the wrong direction. Like, that's literally what it is. We're losing a war, and we need somebody else to come in and take over because it's not good. And I think that is why people don't see Joe Biden as strong. Even when I was talking to my loctician, he said he doesn't see Joe Biden as strong, doesn't see him as that. But sometimes folks we want to see somebody drink beer with their ass, but in order to appeal to be strong or something. I don't know. But, child, this was a lot. The debate was a fool. I don't have much to offer. I'm going to be updating y'all, letting y'all know what's going on. Follow me on Twitter, The King of Reeds. Follow me on Instagram, @King of Reeds, girl. I hope y'all enjoying y'all evening. Social distancing, washing your hands. Making sure y'all wear y'all masks. I've been wearing my mask everywhere. Working on getting some stuff to y'all. Maybe some King of Reeds masks coming soon. Be staying tuned for that. And until next time, I'll talk to you later on tonight. Bye.